God, we're back. We're back on the internet. The Titans Heirs. We're laughing and like having a good time. I felt like it's time to go. Sorry for the delay to the folks out there waiting on us. We are back. It's been too many weeks since we have played Firelight Tales, Titans Heirs.
Yeah.
We're hyped. I said that Kurt is an optimist, and he was like, "You don't know me."
Yeah, I can't think of a single person who I know who would like, if listing 10 adjectives about me, like optimistic would be nowhere on anybody's list.
Well, I gave you one.
Ugh.
Anyway, how is everyone? How you guys feeling?
Good. I just got back from a week's vacation in Myrtle.
Nice.
Everything went smooth. Good time. A lot of beach. So
Heck yeah.
yeah,
Weather was good down there this week. No rain, nothing troublesome.
it rained like one day, but it was just thunderstorms for a little bit. Yes, we expected in the summer. So it was good.
It cranked up this week. It got like real hot up here in New York, and it finally kind of like tapered off a tiny bit. But yeah, it's been muggy and gross, and I would have loved to have been at the beach.
Disgusting. I
Yeah, it
could
was a
not
good
stand
time.
outside. Like nope.
We've been hyping up Taylor. Congratulations, new job, new life, transitions, leaving the Shire. You're like not going to be chased by the Sapphire Legion across the mountains, but there will be many challenges ahead. You will level up, but congratulations. We're like super happy for you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what else? I was talking about our marathon stream, which you haven't seen it. You should go back and check it out. We did a 41.5-hour D&D marathon, 9 sessions, 8 DMs. Get this. We raised $6,783.
Nice.
For a variety of charities. I believe there were over a dozen by the end of it. I think our friend Melissa Woodward is out there in the chat. If she is, and you know who she is, send her a little love, because she like led the charity organization and coordinated all of that, which was an incredible undertaking. She had a great staff of people underneath her, but all like the DMs of post show recaps, mad love to them. I just was looking at it again today, and we were talking about it, and it's like far and away the most successful thing we've done here on the channel. We were the 41st most watched D&D stream on Twitch that week, which is a big deal for us, so we're really like proud of it. I have the like 500 gigabyte file of 41.5 hours downloaded, and I'm in the process of slicing it up to re-upload it to YouTube, so keep an eye out for that. I'll like pop it up on my Twitter when that happens. Also, big news, I am no longer Warfret1625 on Twitter. DM Philly lives forever. I have made the transition. That's all. That's my stuff. It's exciting. I'm really proud of it. And the real reason I wanted to bring it up, I was thinking about it today, and this is like episode 22 of Titans Heirs. We started together even before we were streaming in January, like practicing with this group a little bit while I was getting used to OBS, which I'm still like very clunky at. But like everything that I'm doing now, like as a full-time dungeon master, D&D person, content creator, whatever you want to call it, like it starts with you guys, and it starts with our friends in our home game who are like not here streaming with us, but I think about every week when we like pop on to do this. And I'm so like proud of this thing. Like, could you imagine, you guys, these guys have known me for 30 years. We were playing D&D in the basement, like to raise like near $7,000 for like running a bunch of D&D games and like make a difference in the world for like actual people who need help is so sort of profound that I can get like really emotional about it really easy. But like it starts with you guys, you know, like I wouldn't have had like the confidence and the wherewithal and the momentum to like get to this spot without the four of you especially, and the rest of our gang, Yojimbo and Alric and Griff and Owen and Whisper and like all of them like back there in Misty Bay, like for real, you know. It means a lot to me, like the support that like just you four and our personal friends have like given me. So thank you for that. Like really, thank you guys. I hope this like journey has been fun in the last like 8 months. I know we've like had our ups, we've had our downs, we've rejoiced, we've cried. Not all sessions are created equal, but I really do like look forward to this game every week, and I get a lot of feedback from the folks in my little corner of the internet that like they love this game, they love watching it, they love like the old school style, they love you guys like, oh shoot, week 4, like can we have a long rest now, you know. It's like stylistically really different from a lot of other 5th edition stuff, and from like the West Marches game that we played in for years, right, where like most sessions you come in, I have everything, I'm fully prepared, I have all my spells, like this is different, and it's been a real treat for me, so thank you guys.
It's really cool too, man. 'Cause it's about all the hours we played from when we were kids and everything, and like, you know, it was always managing the expenses. It was like this, you know, D&D was an expense, right? You had to buy books, you had to have this, you had to have that, and like, you know, we would manage these expenses to get more enjoyment out of it, and like never did it really seem that there could be, you know, black ink involved in D&D instead of red. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you could raise money for charity is pretty cool. It really is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really impressive, you know, like I'm carving away, I'm like making my livelihood at it now, you know. I run these private games, I have the streams, I'm like managing the community, post-show recaps with like a great team of people, right? But it just is incredible for me, the like transition of like 2021. It's been a hard like couple of years for everybody, and I think there are a lot of people sort of like realizing they don't need to like grind and trying to make a crack at like their passion project as a sort of livelihood. So, you know, the support that I've gotten from like the people close in my life to make this a thing that's happening, just infinitely valuable to me. We do a lot of like feel good, lovey dovey talking over there, because especially in the aftermath of like we did this awesome thing, and I just want to make sure we do a little bit of it here, because like, you know, you guys are like my foundation in a lot of ways.
That's
So
cool, man.
Yeah.
Thank
anyway,
you.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not gonna go into it like I did at the end of the stream and like, you know, cry until I had to leave, but I am so like proud, and it's just so awesome to see like, you know, you be like successful at this and like, you know, do what you love and like, you know, are having fun and doing awesome things. And that was such a big deal to like see it manifest in like a very real way for other people. So it's awesome.
Well, I appreciate it. And really, for like anybody out there who's like watching, who's clicking through, who's watching the VODs, who's followed the channel or subbed or just retweeted a link, any of it, right? Just said, hey, I like that. Like, thank you, right? Like, you guys like are making it happen for me. So for real, like, I appreciate it more than I can convey with feeble words. But enough of all this feel good nonsense. We must commence with the dungeoning and the dragoning. So we had a couple little bookkeeping things. Angus, you got some spells from your level up that you hadn't selected last time. You got them now. I don't know if we got to talk about those or keep them a surprise. That's up to you.
I will keep them a surprise.
Yeah, we.
Although I'll message John because he's the only person who doesn't know.
Yeah. Tell John, get John in.
I feel really optimistic about tonight. I think we could probably crush like 40 or 50 feet through this dungeon tonight. I'm really feeling go-getter. I think we can do this.
Yeah, now that we got a guide, we'll be out of here in no time.
Yeah, no, because
God,
nothing found in a dungeon could ever screw us over. Like this guy's, he's the real deal.
I love him.
There, Kurt. Yeah. Kurt's like remembering, like, oh, we did meet that guy.
I think this is probably the only creature that's officially smaller than Eerie, so I think that might have something to do with it.
I found him first, though, Eerie. He's mine.
Yeah, well, I'm spending more time with him.
That's wonderful, but just letting you know, he's mine.
You got
I
dibs.
found him.
Might be related.
Fine.
We're talking. There's some podiconess going on. Just letting you know. We're both elemental creatures.
Fine, fair
Use
enough.
the Force, Mike. I just I snuck into the Catskill Jamboree Music Festival this weekend, and there was a guy playing who reminded me of Jamiroquai, which reminded me of that song, Use the Force. Na, na, na. So thanks for bringing it full circle. I needed that right now.
weren't we gonna try to like convince him to like tell us the way out?
Yeah.
And then
Let's get to that. You were.
He was.
was.
We were walking with him.
He is.
Yes.
Walking.
How about we get to like the D&D? We'll get right back to the walking and the talking. And so, if you guys don't have any more questions or bookkeeping or housekeeping, then to that end, I think that the camera like opens on the sprawling mountain range that is the Drakencaern Peaks. These towering mountains as far as the eye can see. I think that we see the sun falling behind the horizon, the like pink blush of a sunset on this like picturesque kind of vista, a flock of birds kind of trailing through the dwindling light of the sky. And as the camera focuses down on this kind of cave-like entrance, it whooshes into the darkness where we fade to black, coming back in on the group of 6 walking through the darkened tunnels. The 4 of you, the heirs of Erkengard, the Titans' heirs, perhaps. Eerie Vandrin, Silverspark, Crixus, Copperstone, Hulric, Stormbeard, and of course, Angus Brighthorn. With you, your itinerant companion, one Lothar Grub, a halfling with a diminishing sheaf of arrows and a penchant to say very obvious things.
At the wrong time.
Precisely the wrong time. And this strange, new individual whom you've met in the caverns beneath the tomb of Guralkhan. He's gray-skinned. He has almost cloven hooves for feet. His hair are these sort of like cascading dreadlocks rolling down all about and around him. He is Rumble. The Korred, a thing which you may or may not know. And so when we last left, the 4 of you were asking if he might perhaps go and find your dwarves, who you were separated with, point you on the way out. There was a great bit of division amongst the group as to how to proceed. And so I think as we pick back up tonight, it's the 6 of you walking through these tunnels. And I think he's just like, so what will we do? Shall I find your dwarves or escort you out? Do you need to nap or rest or eat?
I mean, goodness, all of those things sound great, but I think
I like them all.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay. How are you guys?
I'm not great, but as long as we can not encounter anything else for a while, I should be fine.
What, maybe
Well-
15, 20 feet? You know, I mean, we can hope.
Well, Rumble, do you know, like, maybe can you get us maybe a little bit closer to the exit and point us the way, and maybe we can rest if you know a spot where I can. It's a bit like a 20 by 20. I need really.
Could we find the
20
dwarves?
pebbles or boulders?
Huh?
Could we find the dwarves first and all like get back together before we rest?
He said that there wasn't a connecting path. That we would have to meet them
I
on the
think
outside.
they will have to make their way out on the northern slope.
Yeah. So if you can get us closer to the exit and tell us how to get there, we can rest, do our thing, and if you can go find them and help them get out, that would be great.
I can try to do this.
Yeah.
Is that what I should do? I think he looks at Crixus. Like,
That's interesting. That's what I say to him. What should you do? What are you supposed to do here? What are you doing here anyway? Why are you here? You live here?
just been waiting.
You've been...
It's my mountain now. They told me to stay when they went.
Oh,
They had the stone with them.
Who's they?
The Titans. The 3 who left. The last 3 I have seen.
And
I
he
pull
was-
I pull what's it called on Horik's arm. Did you hear? Did you hear?
I heard he's been here a little while.
He's been here he was here when they built this place.
Right.
The Titans built it to honor the great dwarf. He was a hero. The battles were hard in those years. It had been a time of quiet and peace before, and when they came, the dwarf said they weren't ready. They'd forgotten the ways from the place they were before. But Gural Khan remembered some part of him. He drove them back 10 years at least. Gave those here time to hide, run. The Titans helped the dwarves build the tomb, and then they went with the stone. It smells like him. It did. He's like points at Crixus.
Oh, well. Yeah.
So is it a pretty straight shot to the exit from here?
Yes, just up this way, then left, then right, one left, then straight. You cannot miss it.
Okay, left, right, straight. Got it. If you
Yes.
want to, I think we can take it from here. If you can guide our dwarf friends out, that'd be great. That'd be just dandy.
Is there a big enough space on our way out where I could... Or how far is it to the exit?
Not very far at all.
Oh. Is there anything between us and the exit?
Many turns and tunnels. Some spiders, but they're not very big.
Okay.
This thing was the worst. He ate most of what tried to live here.
Yeah.
Angus can't help but look at Ulrich.
Even heroes, he says, pointing at Ulrich. And then I think he looks back at you like, I'll go and find your dwarves, but dwarves sometimes are dangerous people.
Oh,
Will I be safe?
Angus, Angus goes into his pack, his explorer's pack, and he explores it and finds
Exploring the Explorer's Pack. It feels like an adventure name.
he gives the winter wolf hide to Rumble and says, like, well, this will show that they've seen me use this as, well, it's not a blanket because it's too small for me. It's like more of a like a hand towel. But they'll use this as a sign that you come from us.
Yeah, just let him know that you're our friend. Like,
Yeah, tell them Angus gave this to you as proof that we'd met up.
mm-hmm.
All right.
And then you can even go ahead and keep that too. If you get cold, it should keep.
I
warm.
think he
Although
like
it's a
stands
winter
up
wolf
a little
coat,
straight.
maybe it does keep you cold. I don't know about.
I think he like stands up a little straighter, and like his hair is like got this whole like moving thing happening, you know, and it's kind of like moving around next to his head a little bit, the ends of these dreadlocks, and he's like, "This is very generous of you. No one has given me a gift in so long. I cannot remember if I ever had one before. Thank you."
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh.
I'll find your dwarves and lead them safe out.
That'd be dandy.
That would be awesome. Yeah, thank you.
All right.
You don't happen to like have like you didn't like keep a journal or anything while you've been down here by any chance?
A journal?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I figured that was
What is a journal?
like the book that we found earlier, this one.
Oh, no. I don't know how to make those signs.
Oh, I see. Well, maybe someday if you ever wanted to learn,
I like learning. I would learn that thing and teach you to dance. I'm a good dancer.
yeah, that'd be I love to learn. So that'd be cool.
It's no fun dancing alone. All right, I will seek your dwarves.
Yes, please, thank you.
Farewell.
Uh,
It was a great honor to meet you, dwarf hero. And you, cousin.
Bye, Ruble.
Rumble.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oops.
Bye, Crixie. And I think he turns and is like...
I kind of like Ruble better. It sounds sweeter.
I think he like skips like back down the hall from whence you came, and as he goes, the like kind of clip clapping of like his little hooves on the stone. You hear like left, right, left, straight.
Yep.
Turn to
Technically, I think it was left, right, first, left, straight. But
that's right.
I ignored the. I didn't want to question if the first lefts that you mentioned weren't actually first lefts. But I'm assuming it's all first left. So
One of you guys got that right.
left, right, first, left, straight. Yeah.
Great. What a fascinating creature.
Rumble is gone. The clattering of his little hooves kind of dwindling away into the darkness behind you.
Wait. Oh.
So, what do you guys want to do? You gonna press on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us press forward.
Okay. As you go, what's the marching order?
I'll be out in front.
Erie will be up there as well with her light on her staff.
Okay, you got your light. Yeah. Okay.
Angus isn't back. His shield is lit. Shield is lit.
Yeah, lit the shield, bright horn, baby. And so with that, and so with that,
I'll light my
with
shield
like
too, by the way. We'll be.
dope. With the gleaming light radiating off shield and staff, the four of you with Lothar make your way left, straight, right, left, straight.
I put it in the Twitch chat.
You sure did. Up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
BA. And so you go. Crixus, your keen perception, I think that you make note the sounds of insects scurrying on the stone around you. I think your keen sight like catches the cobwebs before you all come walking in, but aware of what minor dangers lurk ahead, you're easily able to avoid them, battering the webbing out of the way, avoiding the sort of fist-sized spiders scurrying across the stalactites on the cavern roof. And after a time, what amounts to nearly an hour, I think you smell it before anything else, that scent of fresh air, distinctly warmer even than the air that you've been in. I think the four of you, having grown up in the Drakencaern, you can all like probably immediately recognize that shift, the warmth of the air, the sweetness of the first blooms of the mountain roses, that like these days that you've spent this last week or so beneath the surface of the mountains, the weather has truly begun to shift, spring coming to the peaks. So yeah, I think that you see the starlight kind of twinkling in, some like 30 feet away from you, the exit to the cave back to the open world. The tunnel is probably still a bit too cramped to get out your dome of protection.
Well, we just slept. I don't think I'm ready for a long rest at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long do you think we'd have to wait outside till the dwarves make their way around the mountain? Isn't that kind of the plan, or are we?
I guess. Well, what side of the mountain are we on? Because if they're coming on the
Looks
north
like we're on
side.
the outside.
Yep. You're not wrong.
Yep.
College of dad jokes.
So you guys are kind of like lingering in the tunnel with the entrance up in front of you, right? You kind of pause for a minute or talking over your plan.
Yeah. I think... Go ahead, Angus.
I think Angus would be interested in getting some fresh air. So the moment that he feels the winter breeze on his muzzle, he would. What? That's what it is.
I just wasn't expecting you to
It
say
is, yeah.
muzzle. I was expecting
Yeah.
like, fur
Snout.
or
I almost went
something.
snout. It did almost go snout.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought snout was coming.
I think he would want to go. If we like, would we even like naturally stop?
Somewhere?
What was that, Mike?
You want to move over somewhere?
What do you mean?
No,
I'm
sorry. Go
confused.
ahead. Go. I'm sorry.
I imagine that if we saw like the opening, I don't think any of us would naturally stop. I think we would just emerge from the side of the mountain.
We would continue moving.
Yeah.
So as you continue to walk, you guys like make it up to like the entrance of the cave. You could see it's kind of like tucked down. You kind of have to like almost climb up like 5 or 6 feet to like pull yourself out, right? It's like the cave entrance kind of drops down in a little bit and creates like a bit of concealment from the outside as to how large this tunnel actually is. But it's easy enough for a lot of you. And so you kind of scrabble up this bit of a rock face and you find yourselves standing like much lower down on the peak than you were when you guys had entered. Obviously, you see you're kind of like in a valley almost, the rest of the mountain like rising up behind you. I think that the pink kind of light of Arian, the moon of Abrea, sort of washing down, casting this like subtle sort of pinkish hue over everything around you. There's a few like scrub bushes with the flowers like just open on them, that like sweet scent of their pollen like fresh on your noses. And the sky above is like clear, the stars, the constellations like very open to you, like casting their light down and twinkling. So there's no like real terrific or clear path out in front of you, though, you know, you all feel capable that you could make your way whichever direction you wanted to. There's a bit of like a landing here. You could find like a flat enough spot if you wanted to like post up.
Well, yeah, maybe now that, gosh, it's nice to be out under the stars.
You're not kidding. I'm sorry, am I not allowed to say that? It
Who
just
said
was
that?
a long time.
Who said
You asked for it?
You can.
No, it's me. It's
Say
Lothar.
that?
It's Lothar. I know that guy sounds like me, but he can't just replace me that quickly.
No, yeah, you.
This is major
You
bullshit.
definitely
He's
say
much
that.
more gravelly.
Yeah. Was that a pun?
I guess it was. Yeah,
Okay, just check.
I'm learning.
Yeah, good job. That was okay.
Angus will just pop a squat and just kind of sit and just,
Angus, do you wanna?
Whoa,
What?
whoa, dude.
He what?
I
What?
pop a squat, sit.
think that's very different.
Oh,
meaning
okay.
where
I'm
we
sorry.
come
That was
from.
like a phrase. Sorry, that was always used when.
Angus,
Moving on.
Angus, would you like to check the ring,
Moving
maybe?
Can we wait a minute? Is this exposed? Like if a dragon came by and flew by and like would be a perfect
it's
area
dark.
to fly by and you could see.
It's nighttime. You're right near the entrance to the cave, but you are like out in open air. Yes, you guys are like standing probably like 10 or 15 feet from the entrance of the cave on the side of a mountain. Yep.
Could we like? I mean, we still have time to continue, right, for a little bit.
Well,
Well,
we're waiting here for the dwarves. I mean, where would we go?
that's what I figured we were doing, was waiting for the dwarf.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
we
Well,
could.
I mean, like the whole idea is like I understand that, but does anyone? I feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just like
Dopey, what are your thoughts? What's Crixus thinking? What is
it's the
Crixus
whole idea-
saying to
We
everyone?
don't have to like the whole idea is like we're waiting for the dwarves, right? But like we don't have to like leave the vicinity, but we could look for an area that has maybe better cover within
Well,
range. That's the whole point. That's what
I could make the dome. Like, there's a spot we could sit in the dome and wait. I could do it like kind of near the mountain, so that way it kind of blends in with the rock.
Do we? Now I understand what Crixus is saying. It's like we can still stay in the area.
Yeah.
Like the dome is noticeable because it's so, but like,
I
but
wasn't
yeah,
suggesting-
I agree, Crixus. If we get if there's like something that's like under at least a tree or something. I know. I hear. I'm picking up what you're putting down, little brother.
We could also just try and make our way up to the northern like exit and see if we can find it. Get ourselves closer. Rumble said that's where he was going to take the dwarves out.
All of you guys have survival. I think it's like a matter of point. We don't even have to roll. Between the four of you, kind of like looking at the constellations, the moon kind of clear in the sky, you can orient yourselves a little bit. You're on like the southwestern kind of portion of the mountain, right? And so the dwarves are like way up here. If you guys are at like 7 o'clock, they're at like 12, right? Is roughly where you're at. So yeah.
I'm fine. I didn't pick up on the fact they were coming out on the northern edge of the mountain. So I'm fine. We can simultaneously rotate. I don't know if we use the word clockwise. I don't know if we have clocks, but we can rotate around the mountain and simultaneously look for something that's a little bit more sheltery.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if we did consult the ring, maybe the northern area would be the direction it's telling us to go anyway.
Well, if it tells us to go south, are we going to not meet up with the dwarves?
Well, no, then we would wait here. I mean, but if we have to go to the north anyway, then it seems silly to have all of them walk south for us just to turn around and go north again.
I'm just at a point where if I injure myself trying to activate the ring, it could actually be meaningful.
So
Angus took
maybe
a
we
beating
should take.
last
Maybe
week.
we should just sit down for a second, find a spot to sit, and just rest
Short
for
rest.
a minute.
Short rest.
Yeah, yeah,
I could do
So
with
are
a
you guys
short- I
gonna
could
look
do with a
around?
Short rest.
yeah,
Are you going to look around for a bit of cover?
yeah.
Okay, why don't I have the four of you make survival checks?
All right.
It's just an hour. Do we really need cover?
2 hours.
Yeah, probably.
Because nothing will ever happen.
Never.
There's no chance. There we go. Crix's copper pot.
I'm-
Holy cow. What are you doing with the
I'm
penguin?
doing this because I feel like we do have a dragon after us. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
That's what Crixus has in mind. So he's thinking like dragon from above.
Right.
Or anything
And I
from above.
completely,
in
and
the
Angus
mountain.
completely agreed with Crixus that we should look for shelter. 100%.
So yeah, as the three of you start looking, Hallrick like is like kind of like looking down, and I think Hallrick like you just having a little bit of trouble, but the three of you are easily kind of able to find, I don't know, maybe like a quarter mile-ish. You see like an overhang of rock, this really kind of big ledge like ramping out over. So it's sort of like a shallow cave that's very wide that at least like you could tuck down into like the darkness and the shadow of it and have like some cover from the sky.
Okay.
So yeah,
Rest
you
for
guys
an
like,
hour and continue on.
I thought. Okay.
Is that what folks were thinking?
Yeah, just short rest, right?
Yeah. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
okay. So you guys walk over there, Eerie. What are you doing? You get a ritual cast.
Do we think we need the dome?
Nah.
Yeah, let's just.
Okay.
It's an hour.
What could happen?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's no harm, what's the big deal to do
Yeah.
it?
If it's ritual cast, I would say, why not?
What the hell? That's the whole point, right? We're hanging out
Sure.
anyway for short rest, so
Okay.
I'm gonna Not, but I kind of like the
On
wind
the
in my horns.
I do too, to be honest with you. I didn't even have
You can
horns.
cast it. I'll start out in it, so I get its benefit. But
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna sit out in the open and just. I mean, I know it's well ventilated, but not the same.
Rich
fair
though,
enough.
like is honestly like even though it's gonna be like the same color, is it still gonna stick out like a sore thumb though? Because it's like a 10-foot diameter or 10-foot
20,
radius.
20 by 20.
So it's 20 by 20. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. That's gonna stand out, right? Would that be obvious? I just put out a tent just this weekend that was 10 by 10, and if that's on the side of a mountain, you'd see it.
Yeah, but you can
Huh?
I can
chameleon
make
color
it
shift
look like
this thing,
rock.
yeah.
Like, and it's opaque, so I mean, and it's nighttime, so
Ooh, we got like a 20,
I'm
25.
not worried about it being seen. I just don't need it, but if you want
yeah. I mean, I
cast,
don't necessarily think we need it, but I also don't mind casting it.
Okay, cast it.
Uh,
Yeah,
Oh
as-
yeah, Erie will just ritual cast it. She'll sit down and ritual cast.
Yeah, I mean, it's any color you choose, so it will kind of stand out. But here's the thing, Mike. Like, it's dark, it's nighttime. If she's going to make it like gray or black, right, and you're going to tuck it into the shadows, it's not like a beacon on the side of the mountain, right? Like, because I see where you're coming from. Okay, so you're going to sit there and ritual cast.
Angus is going to play a soothing song on his war horn. He uses the mute for the end of it.
Yeah.
And,
Tell me it's a plunger without a handle.
If anybody,
Angus Armstrong.
it acts as the song of rest, and anybody who spends hit dice gets an extra d6 hit points.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
Lothar will
Good.
take that.
bonus. It's not gonna save us from dying though, but still, it's cool.
No.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it might.
ironically don't need any hit points, which is kind of nice.
I don't think I need it.
How'd that happen? That never happened.
I know.
I need
It's
spell.
because I hid behind the wall.
Okay. Lothar gets a couple of hit points back.
Oh yeah, nice Angus. Good roll.
Thank you, Angus.
Thanks, Angus.
Sometimes it looks like bright thorn.
Well, that's how it was pronounced. I just haven't corrected people all these years.
That's
Bright
fantastic.
Thorn. And Angus
So-
he will go into the dome to activate the ring.
Oh, okay, nice. I think Lothar like posts up outside of it with you as well, and I think he just kind of like says as you're heading back in, like, "I'm not going anywhere. I miss the stars."
Feel free to.
Harsh.
Still,
Harsh.
I mean, how much is it gonna take?
That's harsh.
I'm trying. Angus just quietly walks back into the dome. I think we just see Lothar like sitting by himself outside the dome, and he just like looks down like, "I'm really trying."
You're gonna have to get him a drink one night, Lothar. Have a long conversation with him, and maybe, just maybe, because
So-
Angus is a mysterious storyteller. He holds many
Angus.
puzzles and many
He
stories,
does.
but he holds many secrets as well. He's learned many from our village elders. He's seen a lot, but he keeps jovial despite all the tragedies that he's felt and seen.
That's why he's a good bard. Hero stuff. So you head back into the dome as Eerie and Hallrick and Crixus are kind of sitting in here. And you slip the ring off your finger, nicking the tip of it, the drip of blood kind of running onto the inside.
Lost the hit
And
point.
Yep. Rises up out of your hand as it does, unfolding into this armillary sphere that begins to like rotate. The flickering like waves of gold beginning to like create almost like an image within, and you feel your gaze being drawn to the southeast, and I think that you can see the image in it flickering in between the bands of gold as they flash past of shattered columns as wide around as like wider even than your arms could wrap, and they look almost like teeth, like jagged broken teeth jutting up from the mountain, right? On this sort of great flat almost pier, it looks like, that juts off the side of one of the mountain edges. This is, I think, one of like the most clear visions you've had, and I think you get the impression that as you grow closer to these places where it draws you, it gives you clarity of them. It allows you to kind of visualize them in this way. But what you're looking at is like, yeah, this sort of great, like running, almost like pier that goes to the edge of the mountain. These shattered, broken columns on the edges in the southwest.
Southeast.
Yes, that's what I meant. Sorry. Once again, I'm back to my west and east problems. Yes, southeast.
I believe this is Titan's Hall.
Well, I pulled up the handout for the map, so I would say, yeah. So I just stole the map from Miri, I guess. But anyway, so, but yeah, it doesn't look that far relative to how far we came. I don't see any note that says this map is not to scale. But
there's some runes and giant in the bottom that says objects on map may be closer than they appear. I don't know if that's significant.
Given the size of the compass rose, can we see it from here? Anyway,
tricky situation. Do we wait here for the dwarves? Because we kind of going.
How close are we
to the dwarves? I think we're still at like 7 o'clock. Is the, maybe 7:30?
No, the Titan's Hall.
Oh, we don't know. The map is not to scale, but based on the map, I'd say we're much closer to Titan's Hall.
A quarter of the distance of what we've traveled.
What was that?
Like a quarter of the distance that we've traveled?
Yeah.
Roughly, right?
From the when we fought that evil goblin thing. Was it a Barghest? No, it was. When we fought the evil goblin thing.
Dyrus.
What did Lothar say?
The Barghest.
Its name was Dyrus.
Yeah. When we fought that goblin thing, it's like, yeah, it looks like that's much further from here than Titan's Hall. So we're and the reception's really good, so we must be close to a good feed.
I'm gonna say I think we should go now.
Well, it's nighttime, right? I mean, we could wait till morning or a little bit after morning.
Yeah,
and
I would
take the rest.
Oh, that's a good point.
I mean, it is nighttime. We don't want to travel at night, and we can sit here and give them a chance to catch up. I mean, we all knew we were going to split up at some point. Maybe this is just where we were destined to do it. But we could give them a little time.
I'm not willing to just like bail on our dwarven friends.
I don't think
if we can,
they're not going to be coming, guys.
Well, if we can at least just, say goodbye,
I mean, it's, by waiting a little bit, we avoid that awkward moment like 3 months down the road where like we came and you weren't there, and we say, oh, we waited 10 minutes.
Honestly, we didn't even know if we could trust Rubel. Rubel could have been an evil creature or a chaotic creature for that matter.
Keep going back to Rubel.
Oh, Rumble.
You do have a point there. Angus thinks, you look at Angus and suddenly it's like, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. And he he kind of has a flashback to his conversations with Rumble, and he makes an insight check when rolls a 12.
I mean, he was associating with like a creature that was.
He was surviving
Wild.
down there. He's been down there since the creation of this when the Titans were here. I
don't know
think
what
that
I don't know what that
maybe I don't know if it makes him 100% trustworthy, but he didn't kill us. So
Yeah.
and he literally let us
Killed
out of the
that, dude.
mountain. I think that there's some level of trust that's earned there.
We did
And
kill
he's helping
that.
our dwarven friends out of the mountain.
Is he?
I believe him.
I guess
hope
for us
so.
to truly trust him, he has to attack us with a bunch of his friends and actually try to physically do harm to us. And then we have to kill him, and then you have to resurrect him.
I didn't
And
mean to
then
bring
we
up
can-
this thought experiment up. I'm sorry, everybody. We should just go back into the plot at hand. Let's pretend that.
I think that you, as you're reflecting on your experience with him, Angus, like whether he's trustworthy or not, whether he's evil or not, is hard to say. But there was certainly like something juvenile about him, you know. While you all are at like this kind of coming of age in your lives, like he reminds you of like some of the other kids from home that like were a few years younger than you, you know. There was something there. Now, like some of those kids were assholes, so take it for whatever you want. But yeah.
kids.
Just
Yeah,
to
I'm fine
clarify
with-
too, we were at the southwest exit, right? Okay, just for my notes. But yes, great.
Yeah, let's pause. Let's wait to see if we haven't hear anything from the dwarves,
Yeah, I know.
and then we'll if not we'll take off, eh?
So we're taking a short rest or a full rest? That's what's clarified that.
I took a short rest. I rolled already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's been an hour,
Yeah.
so a short rest has happened if you want hit dice, Mike.
All right. So what's next?
Well, I guess now we just like literally wait here.
Is anybody taking a long rest? Does anybody go to sleep?
I'm not.
I'll go to. I have a sneak. I'll go to sleep.
Okay.
I just slept. We just woke up from a long rest like 2 hours ago, so I'm not gonna. I'm saving my long rest for later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll stay up.
Yeah, can
Okay.
Crixus take a long rest? Because we literally just had a long rest, and this is like back-to-back long rests.
I know there's rules to it. I don't know what they are though.
Yeah, I don't either.
I did.
Once upon a time.
Mhm.
They're in there somewhere.
So I
Well-
guess I don't take a. I guess everyone's pretty much said.
I think that the rule is you can only benefit from one long rest in a 24-hour period. Let me just double check myself. At least 8 hours. Character sleeps for at least 6. Blah 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 blah.
So let's just say that I'm not getting the benefits of a long rest. I'm just laying down.
But you get a nap.
Yeah,
we could just-
I'm laying.
Nap time.
I'm taking more than an hour
So-
rest.
We're just
just-
hanging out. What are the hanging out rules there, Rich?
The hanging out rules are roll 20s and chill. And so I think that here's my questions. Erie, Hallrick, Angus, is you guys are just kind of chilling. You're going to stay in the dome for the most part. You're in the dome.
I mean,
think-
Erie
yeah, but-
can't leave.
Okay.
So.
Erie can't leave the
We
dome.
can
I
keep a
can't
watch,
leave the dome where
right?
it goes away.
Oh,
Mhm.
I didn't
Whoa.
realize that. I know we could, but I didn't realize that was interesting.
Yeah.
I think we could set up a watch. You know,
Sure.
it makes sense.
Although I was camping at the Clark family reunion a couple weekends back, and I realized I would suck at D&D watches because I literally was freaking out that raccoons were sneaking up on me the entire time. Because there was one point where my sister was like, simultaneously to me hearing a chittering sound next to the chair around the campfire, my sister goes, "Oh, a raccoon!" And I was like, up. I was out of the chair, and I was just like, "Nope." And
Nope.
then they went to like get stuff out of their camper, and I'm standing there by myself in the dark with the campfire, and I'm like, because the raccoon had tried coming in one more time, and I'm like constantly thinking I'm hearing raccoons, and so
Trash pandas, Kurt.
they are so trash panda, and
It's very funny. Yeah.
and it probably wouldn't be as relevant to like the scree on a mountain slope with where it's just kind of like scrub grass. Are you laughing at scree? God damn.
I'm laughing.
I said
at a
scream a bunch of
culmination
times.
things, but I'm like remembering an experience when I like slept next to a campfire under the stars when I was like in high school and like in the middle of the woods. So
And it also hit me like if we were in the middle of the woods, like how loud nature is. Like you like
It's very
you don't
loud.
need to make a stealth roll to sneak up to something in the woods because there are so many loud creatures at night.
This is all fascinating me because I
love
live
this.
in the woods, yeah, and these are these things I'm like perpetually thinking about, that like, yeah, are not part of like urban life. Anyway,
Like so anyway, Angus would be outside of the dome enjoying the starlight and the fresh air and the breeze on his muzzle and just kind of keeping a general watch. Sure.
okay. So as you're like sitting out there, I think Lothar like sees you come out and like just like looks back to the ground. He kind of sprawls himself out, is like leaning up against a rock, his legs stretched out in front of him. I think he like has taken off his boots and his toes. He's kind of like stretching his toes in the wind. Aryan, the moon, kind of casting her light down over the world. And Halric, you like occasionally slipping out to keep watch. Eerie, you have many hours here, which you might want to do wizard things
Yes.
with.
Yeah.
Okay.
How?
And so,
Yeah. No, continue.
so I think that like you have at least like 6 hours till sunrise.
Okay.
If that's relevant for you. Crixus, as you're in the dome, you kind of curl yourself up and get comfortable and you doze into a slumber. And I think that Crixus is it's like sleep washes over you. The comfort of that kind of like filling your mind. The sounds from outside like washing away of like Halric like moving, the clattering of his armor, his weapons, the pages of Erie's books kind of flipping, the quill scraping against it. And I think time passes, Crixus, and you like hear this voice like how are you?
Hungry.
For what?
Some berries would be nice.
Berries are easy to find, especially for you. With the sun, they will be there.
Well, there's the berry pies. I haven't had those in a while. The berry tarts. The honey. I haven't had honey in a while.
Oh, my boy. Someday, if you make it from this place, you will taste honey the likes of which you've never known. In the low places and the rolling hills where I keep the gnomes, the flowers bloom for miles and miles across. All is blue and pink and red, not gray stone like you know.
What if I get off this mountain? The possibilities.
Your friends race to danger. Are you afraid?
Not anymore. I think instead of fighting the river, the flow of the river, I'm going to go with the flow of the river.
Very wise. What is one thing so small a person could pick up 100 with a single hand, yet strong enough to stop someone from walking? So fierce to cause discomfort beyond discomfort.
I'm feeling discomfort right now. I feel like
In your foot?
it's
You don't
talking about
wear
dirt or
boots.
sand.
I think he's like, oh, both, my boy, both make a pebble, and one pebble is a small thing, but enough to stop a 10-foot beast from walking and dislodge it from their foot. One tiny pebble enough for ripples across a vast pond. You're a pebble, you know.
Are you saying that we can make a difference here when we confront the Legion? Confront the Legion of... Well, it's
What
not our
happened?
Legion, but I want to say it's the Legion of Doom.
I think he says, what happens next, I do not know. But differences have been made already, my boy. Not just one pebble, but 4 rolling down the mountain, cascade into an avalanche.
4, you say?
Well, not all 4 are mine, perhaps. Your family, all of you. You've created a change. They're looking for you now. They fear you.
Well, they should. Ulrich is really angry, and he wants to swing his new hammer. So they better watch.
His new hammer. I think he says his new hammer is older than this world itself. Built in a time before in a place far from here when I was naught but an egg in a nest. You'll need to be careful, boy. You'll need to be clever and wise.
Oh, okay. Can you offer anything? You have any tips or tricks?
They are many and you are few, but you can go where they don't see. You can approach when they do not expect. The dragon in the sky searches for you. It's angry, young, desirous, as we all were once. And the Blue Queen now knows you're here. I tried to keep you hidden, but nothing stays lost forever. Whatever you do, look to the sea. The just mother seeks the last Titan, but you know the way. He's there. He's waiting for you, for all you can bring to him. Some places, the oldest, woven with the magic of the dragons and the druids, they remain yet hidden. Search for the lighthouse in the dawn. Listen for the sound of birds you've never heard. The crashing of water on stone, the likes of which you've not seen.
Wait.
Whatever comes next, that's where you must go.
First I have to go to the sea. Now go to the sea or go to the sea later? Oh, no.
What you do now is yours to choose. I merely set you out there to roll like a pebble down the mountain. Where the avalanche takes you, I cannot say.
Can you wait here while I get the others to talk to you about this? Because this is so confusing.
Yes. Go get them. I will wait.
All right, so I do. So I leave.
You leave your dreams. You open your eyes. You sit up. Eerie.
Has
Scratching in a
Crixus
book.
been talking in his sleep? Is this
Sure, why not, right?
okay? yeah, I think
I think you guys got that whole half of the conversation,
Yeah.
the two of you at least.
yeah, I think Erie's like looking at Crixus like when he wakes up, like, are you all right, Crixus?
I don't know. I think that wait, I'm really confused. There's so much that was said to me. There was
Okay, well, just take
a
it slow.
just mother by the sea. Is that right, Rich? Or no? Did I get that wrong?
What? One more time?
Just mother? What's by the sea?
The
He
dwarves,
said,
Just
they
something.
follow
It's
the
funny
just
how
mother.
sometimes when you wake up from a dream, it's hard to remember what you just experienced.
it is.
That's where the dwarves are going to find the last Titan. He's by the sea. He's like near the beaches. That's
Oh.
where the last Titan is.
Oh, so you know all about it. Okay, well that's fine then. Well then, I guess you know where to go.
Well, that's the
That's-
thing. The dwarves are going there, but that's not where we're planning on going.
Oh no.
Unless we make it out, of course.
My father said that we should go there too, or hinted that we should go there.
Yeah, I
Get help or something.
I'm just worried about time. If we let them go to the Titans Hall without so much as, something to stop them from taking whatever they want, then I think we have a much smaller chance of, it's not like we can bring Erkengard back.
I think that we shift outside. Ulrich and Angus, you guys have been out here intermittently. Angus, you're mostly like hanging out here. I think it's like been a few hours. Lothar kind of like gets up and he like is like unstrapping his armor and actually trying to like wash and clean himself. Like barely with the bit of water that he has left. He's pouring it over like a bit of a rag that he's got, like scrubbing himself quietly off in the corner. Angus, can I have you make a perception check? And I guess you too, Ulrich, while you've been like in and out over the night.
All right.
Angus will cast Prestidigitation on Lothar's armor to clean it.
Oh, wow. I think that as you do, and he kind of like glances over like, well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm not used to living like this. I know that I'm a bit of a pain in the ass, but I'm glad I'm with you guys now.
Shh.
Ulrich.
I think I hear something.
I think that Erie's like inside talking with Crixus after he woke up, and you probably just stepped out, Ulrich, and like this conversation between Lothar and Angus is like distracting you a little bit. As Angus, like you, here.
Whereas the conversation between Angus and Lothar is not distracting Angus.
No, it's not distracting Angus. He's only barely paying attention to this freaking guy. I think that you hear like the wind kind of like shift behind you, and you see something like out of your peripheral vision. You glance up, and I think you just see like a shadow like trailing across the stars, the like clear silhouette of like the sinuous tail, the massive body kind of blotting out the motes of light, and the absolute distinct kind of bat-like wings of this dragon. And I think for a moment there's just a glitter of this almost purple hue as the pink moonlight refracts off of like the blue scales. And it sails out of like your line of sight, circling around the mountain, seeming to not have noticed any of you.
I guess the moment Angus notices that, he would be like, he would hold up his hand like this, like very quickly. Hopefully that getting anybody to stop, and then he would just kind of like point in the air and with that same hand so that people stop, look, and he's hopefully see that he's trying to remain motionless.
Yep, and so I think Ulrich, like, you follow the, like, pointing finger of your friend and you see this, like, silhouette as it's trailing out of sight. I think, like, Lothar gulps, like, just crouching down to the ground, like, watching as it goes. It's very high in the sky, right? It's not, like, down right over the mountains or anything. But, and yeah, I think the three of you watch in silence, like, hearts pounding in your chests as you watch this thing, like, circle around the mountain out of sight.
I kind of turn around and whisper, maybe we should be traveling at night.
Well, we had been before, right? I mean, that was. I mean, so how about we morning arrives, we camp down for a long rest. Then if we still don't see the dwarves by this time tomorrow night, we head out.
I'm gonna follow your judgment. Day or night, that dragon is dangerous. But whatever you guys think, I trust you.
Is this a conversation we have of everybody, or is this just...
No,
This
we're
is just the
outside.
three of them outside the dome, while you and Erie are inside. You just having, like, woke up.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna step inside. So
Angus will follow.
Okay, and Lothar. So, like, as you guys are kind of sitting there, and like you're talking to Crixus, your three friends make their way in.
Just saw a dragon outside, pretty high up in the air. I don't think he saw it. He or she. I don't think they saw us. And yeah, just thought I'd let you know.
I think it's definitely the dragon
Well,
I came here with.
well, not really the dragon.
Well, I meant the one that I have personally met.
oh,
And
so
it's
you,
Yeah, but it's
you
a
can
dragon.
sweet talk it for us.
I mean, I haven't done much of a great job sweet talking you for, have I?
Lothar.
We
Relax.
haven't talked about leaving you behind or killing you lately, so I mean,
You're
it's
our
going
friend.
reasonably
Just
well.
relax.
Just when I...
No stress.
I was very relaxed until the dragon.
What about the dwarves?
How long have we been here, Rich, for?
About 6 hours.
All right, so Crixus says, I think we should go. I had this dream, and I don't know, and I convey it to the best of my ability with Erie's help. Erie, if you could help out, because like I said, we talked about it.
Yeah.
I think we should tarry no longer, and we should go. If we should leave some symbols, dwarven symbols, in the ground, indicating which direction we've gone. Dwarves have done this before, and then we should make our ways. We also have to make our way to the shore. Father has told me as such. To seek out the just.
To seek out the last Titan.
The last Titan.
Um,
I'm not going to the shore.
no, I'm heading to Titan's Hall.
I don't want to mince words. I want nothing to do with those people. I mean, they're looking to capture him and probably kill the rest of you, but I know what they do to deserters. That said, if you're going, I'll go with you.
Crixus, I think that honestly, if what I think that we should do, just plain and simple, I think that we need to travel in the directions where the dwarves might be coming out. If they're going to get attacked by the dragon, I don't want to leave them high and dry. More of us against that thing have a better chance. And I think
That's...
I know, but I think that Crixus should go with them.
the dwarves?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Crixus should get as far away from the Legion as possible. If they want him, he needs to be in the other direction.
Oh, by Virago, sweet... this... You want to just send him off?
You can go with him, Lothar. Like, I would feel better if, you know, but
This is getting complicated.
Angus, and maybe you should too. You're the storyteller.
I should what?
Go with Crixus and the dwarves to find the last Titan.
I am not giving up on my father's ring. It's gotten us this far. I'm continuing to follow it. And how will you know where to go without the ring? Like if there's
We know
another
the
step,
direction.
if there's another step beyond that, because every time we get to the next chain, the next link in this chain of the journey, the ring then tells us where to go to next, and it's telling us to go to Titan's Hall. I think we should all go to Titan's Hall.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable splitting up.
I'm not either, but I
the long way around the mountain and checking on the dwarves.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable going north and then around to eventually head southeast, but
Well, the dragon did just fly that way,
I was
which
gonna ask
means
which
that if we
direction.
start,
So yeah, which direction?
it was flying like northwards. So I think Lothar is saying like if we walk after it, we're not likely to catch it anytime soon.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not the way I would go, but I'm with you.
And Angus will look at Crixus and go, I don't want to downplay what your father is telling you, but I have to, then you understand I have to follow what my father is telling me.
Well, I guess we're at a seemingly an impasse, but my father didn't say when we were supposed to. We were supposed to go to the shore. Kind of left that open. But
And the ring may very well guide us to the shore after Titan's Hall.
I mean, I don't mind
if we get out. We need to
for it.
Listen. I think that we've grown. We're clearly formidable. We've gone this far. But there's a very real chance that we don't make it out of there. And I don't want Crixus.
I think our chances of doing well at Titan's Hall are severely diminished without our friend Crixus there, though.
I know.
You two are tough, but you can't just send everyone off and do it alone.
Right.
I'm not saying that that's what we should do, but in
That's what
Yeah.
you just said.
In a
Those
better-
Don't yell at
the
me.
exact words, actually.
Don't yell at me.
I know that it's not
Please.
the best plan, but in a world where
In a world. Sorry.
I just don't want them to have more of us and to take more.
You know what I learned in my horrible upbringing? That when compromises happen, nobody's happy. And it sounds like nobody's happy with any of this. So that feels like some kind of a compromise. I can't barely figure out if I should go with you or just run into these mountains and take a shot at it. So I could sleep in a tavern again someday, have a mug of ale, eat food with seasoning on it. But I'm not going to leave the four of you. And if you idiots split up, I don't know what to do.
That's not happening. I mean,
Well-
honestly, I wouldn't even go to Titan's Hall if it wasn't for the ring leading us there. Because that's the absolute last place I think I should go.
Angus will go, if I'd known that seasoned food was something that you were craving, I could actually help with that. Prestidigitation can allow me to actually flavor 1 cubic foot of food for a little bit. So let me know these things.
Well, now that we're friends, maybe you can season my old stale meat.
I can.
Well, regardless, I think, are we all in agreement that we should go try and find the dwarves and make sure that they're okay and not getting attacked by this dragon? And if they are, help them.
I cannot speak if we are all. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I don't
can
know
do
about
that.
Angus and Crixus. And Lothar.
I think what's going to happen is we're going to looking for the dwarfs. We're going to encounter the dragon again. But
Well,
bear in mind, let's go look for the dwarfs.
well, would you rather encounter the dragon here now with all of the dwarves and none of its compatriots? Or would you rather encounter the dragon later without the dwarves and more of its compatriots? I actually hope that we
That's
do encounter
actually-
the dragon now that I think about it. It's by
To be-
itself.
To be honest with you, I'd rather not the dwarfs not be involved with any dragon encounter whatsoever.
I don't think we could take that dragon on our own. I think the only reason we came so close last time is because we had so many people fighting.
Should go. That's what we should do. We should make haste then to the Titans Hall. We should make haste to Titans Hall. That's
Well, we
that's
have
my
to find
vote.
the dwarves first, so we kind of have to go north.
Can we kind of get an idea, Rich, of how big this mountain is?
It's huge, you know. We're like in like Andes, Himalaya type mountains, right? Like you guys descended for like what amounted to a few hours.
You just
down
named
these
like
descending slopes.
ranges versus
I know.
the singular mountain. Like, do we have an idea?
I know. This individual, I just mean like the scale, right? These are all like big mountains, and this is a big one in the big mountain range, right? So it's like probably like, you know, like a few miles at least of like vertical like ascent for you to get back up to the top of it. It's very, very big compared to the surrounding peaks.
I mean, based on how far we've gone, right? We walked, what, like a quarter or half a mile. Do we feel like we've covered any of that radius of the mountain, or does it seem like, wow, this is going to be like a day-long trek to get to the north end of the mountain?
It'll be a day-long trek. Yeah, it'll take you the better part. And not a whole day to get just to like the northern side, but it's going to take you a full like 8 hours of travel at least to like circle around half of it. You know.
I could maybe help with that.
Well, let's start moving in the dark then. If we're going to do this to the north, I would rather do this in the dark. You know, we have a little bit of moonlight that once our eyes adjust to, I'm sure we could see halfway decent enough to walk through here.
So I've been kind of holding on to it because I don't know, and I don't know if this is even the time. But one of my patches is a couple of climb dogs.
Whoa.
And
They took a couple of those from your town.
great.
How
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm just saying I know what they are.
No, I gotcha. But
How-
I mean,
will those help us?
Well, I mean, she and I can then ride on dogs. I think that's...
You have
mean-
a little faith. That's all I have to
we
say.
can get like a few of us, like probably on them to climb instead of they can climb like any surface
That was
basically.
rejected, by the way. That was rejected.
Well, no, that was a serious. Like, I didn't know what you were planning on.
To
doing
ride them up the mountain.
The cave.
That's
That's
They're,
great for the Minotaur and the Crixus.
Well, I'm saying like let's.
No, they ride.
I just wanted to
us.
have the discussion.
ride
That's
us.
all
They
that I
ride
wanted to
us.
do.
What's going on right now?
All right. So,
So never
Yeah.
mind. I'll save the patch for another time then. That's
All right.
I
fine.
mean, I love riding on a dog. It's so just...
Crixus, are you okay? I know your vote was not to go north, and I feel bad countering that when you've already kind of, compromised with going to Titan's Hall when you initially wanted to go to the shore. Are you comfortable going north?
I'm more uncomfortable being by myself.
We wouldn't leave you.
We're not leaving you alone.
I
I'm
look
saying-
at Lothar in his eyes a few minutes, and I say, "Thank you, Lothar. I appreciate that." Yeah. I mean, no. I'll follow you all. I mean, we don't need to unpack any more of it. That's fine. We'll go north. We'll look for the dwarfs. Is that what we're doing right now?
Checking on making seeing that the dragon
See
flew
where
in the direction, making sure they're okay.
Rumble is. And I look, We'll see how it works out.
Both are. Gear up. Clean armor.
I know. I'm fine if we don't run into that idiot again, too. He's like strapping his leather armor back on.
His sparkling new clean leather armor.
It smells so good.
Ooh.
I can cause odd odors.
Like spider
venom.
pheromones.
Yeah.
That's the Minotaur sound. That's not the bard. That's the Minotaur.
Okay, so Lothar like gears back up. You guys could all like preparation montage
Nice.
with that.
Go up a level.
No. Mike's always trying.
That's a nice
He's always working.
That's good.
He's always
I
working
liked
it.
it.
With that, you stride out of the dome, and as Eerie like steps through the like translucent side out into the open air, we just watch it kind of wink away, the magic like burning off. And with like a gust of a breeze, so you guys begin making your way north. The going is slow as you're like kind of heading down like these slopes that are not really like well-worn paths. And I think that after a little bit, you find yourself on a game trail that is like circling and leading around. And I think over the course of like the next hour and a half, 2 hours, you guys, the sun starts to like break again from the sky. The moon still kind of lingering, this pink halo around it as like the golden light of the sun starts to rise in the east. We see like the blush on the horizon. And Crixus would see it first. Like out in front of you, you see what looks like a battered old. There's like still like rubble on it, but it's clearly a road. It looks like a pathway, and there's stone that's been stacked in a little bit of like a wall along the edge of it that drops off over the kind of sheer height of the mountain itself. And as you guys are kind of scoping it out, making your way here, you see what looks like a bridge like out in front of you. It's very old. It looks like a single slab of stone that has been stretched, like laid across this span of about 40 or so feet. And it's a little like chipped and battered. It's got an edge on it. There are like, pillars like mounted on it. But I mean, it's been here for 1,000 years, worn by weather, wind and rain and sand. But it like still is there. And you could see what's clearly like a trail, like this road, like leading up, like the slope across from it. And as you're all like coming down, the like ground kind of like flattening out in front of you, the like walking getting much easier on this road. The bridge may be 50 or 60 feet out, like turning away. Can I have all you make perception checks?
Yeah, I'm really heightened at this point. I remember the last bridge pretty well.
Yeah, great. What happened at the last bridge?
What's about to happen at this bridge?
Okay.
Like perception checks with an advantage to me.
We could just use your like standard passive if you want. 18, 17, 16. Okay. I think all of you see this. As you're coming, you see this like bundled tangle of like sticks on this ledge that's like just out in front of you. About like 20 feet up above you is like a ledge on this road where you see these like this like big pile, this cluster of sticks up there. And I think the lot of you are easily able to recognize it as a nest of like some kind. Though without seeing into it or knowing more, it's hard to say. But I think that probably Crixus with the ridiculous passive perception. I think you hear a sound like high in the air of like the scree of like an eagle in the distance.
Is there any place to seek cover?
Maybe. Let's find out. Kuching.
Under the bridge.
I'm thinking there's a chasm under the bridge.
I recognize this map. Gives me nightmares.
Yeah, does it look like there's a is it like a
Yep, there's a huge like gully and a chasm under the bridge. Like as you guys are here
There's dwarves
looking
in the
across, you could see that the pass like across circles back down. When you get to the other side of the bridge, you could begin to like ascend that slope or drop down into like the gully and like continue following north, right?
Which way would lead us around the mountain? In the gully or?
Yeah, like the gully, yes.
Okay, but something screeching.
well,
Yeah.
well
Only like Crixus hears it. The rest
Okay.
of you like see this nest. Crixus, you hear like the screech in the distance.
I actually did need you to spell out the fact that that was a nest. I'm like, oh, that's unnatural. That's like a really bad like hiding spot that's obviously manufactured. I thought it was like an ambush.
I thought it was a trap. You
So
know
did
what I
I.
mean? Like a
I'm-
spring trap or something.
It's like I did not connect that Rich was describing a nest, and I feel like an idiot.
You're not alone.
It's one of the funniest things of D&D. You could sit there and like describe a hole and be like, okay, so you guys got it? And the player's like, yeah, so there's a huge mountain, right? Okay,
All
so yeah.
Keep on walking.
So it seems
Okay.
like we need to go down the chasm, right?
I mean, yeah, the like chasm leading north is like the move. So Halric is like making his
I'm
way to
trying
the
to
bridge.
just
The rest
look.
you get.
You know?
Okay.
And if it is is it a big nest?
Yeah, as you guys get here, now you could see the size of it, and it's a very big nest, to be sure.
Oh.
And I think at this point,
Oh.
like over the ridge to the north, you see this like massive shape, all of you, like see the huge wings, and for a moment, like, as you're like, oh, this is a dragon, but like the sleek, like brown feathers, the golden beak, like shining with this like first kiss of like the morning light, this eagle comes sweeping over
Oh,
and like
wow.
it screes, and I think that you see feathers like trailing off of it almost, like behind it, this like clump, and it's like and like pitches to turn and looking behind it, and so it's at this point that the lot of you see it as it comes screeching over the hilltop, dropping down and clearly chasing this eagle. Not a dragon, though it does have the head of a dragon, as well as that of a lion and that of a goat, with these like vicious bat-like wings.
Ew, no.
And the eagle like screes. And I think right here we're gonna have you guys roll initiative.
Spoiler.
Oh boy. That's fun.
That's fun.
I guess at least it's not the dragon. Question.
I mean, it's not a dragon. The dragon.
Jeez. You just rolled 2 natural 20s, Rich. That's
Let's get that out of the
in a
system. That's
row.
good. That's good.
They're so happy when I roll the 20s on initiative,
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
It
My
also means
goodness.
its dexterity isn't that great.
No. Real like tip off right there for you, a lot of you.
Jeez.
Okay.
Angus is up at 8. I'm gonna need a beer for this fight. I'll be right back.
I see everybody. Okay, so on 23, this is so perfect though, because the eagle goes and it like sees the lot of you at this point, like and like screams. I can't do it. I'm sorry, my voice is a little chewed up today. And I think that it comes like flying across the front of the bridge. It's like clearly trying to like evade this like chimera, and then it starts to circle back around up to here in like this huge loop. It's using its action action to take the dodge action. That's the eagle. On 20, the chimera goes. And as it comes up over the ridge, you guys see like the leftmost head, the head of this like goat jutting out of this lion-like body, and it turns, glaring down at the cluster of you, and you hear like as like the thing like pitches
No.
and dives down in towards you.
Really?
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, well, we're a
And
little bit
also-
easier prey than.
Yeah, you're
An
on
eagle.
the ground, exactly. Super thrilled about a bunch of people
Yeah,
on the
really.
ground. Okay, it flies to like here, dropping down in over the bridge, and you just see the dragon-like head on it, like suck in this big gasp of air, and like smoke starts rolling out of its mouth as it breathes. This cone of flames just blasting out of its mouth. And so essentially, I need everyone except Eerie to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Sorry,
Oh, I'm gonna feel
Not
lucky
really.
on this one.
I'm not that sorry. Ooh. Oh, that was stealth, but that's the same roll for Lothar anyway. Oh!
Oh my goodness, you guys.
I'll take it.
Okay, so everyone except for Hulric and Lothar, you guys are going to take... I'm double checking myself. Right. It's going to hurt. 28 points of fire damage.
All right.
As like fire rolls out over you. I think we hear Lothar like scream as he like drops down, pulling his arm over his head like, ah! It breathes. Then it, like the horned head of the goat, lashes for Hulric, who's in front of it. 21.
Yep, that's a hit.
Yikes.
And it continues like moving to here, circling around, where it then is gonna lash out with one of its claws, these like heavy lion-like paws. It like swipes down and tries to get a piece of you, Angus.
So hold on real quick.
Yeah.
I took 14 on the breath weapon for making my save.
Correct.
Okay, and the 5. Okay. So make sure I got
so
it
you're
all.
down 19 altogether. Little Lothar looks like pretty badly burned. He's still like hanging in there, but he's fucked up, even making the saving throw. That is its turn. There's its 3 attacks. Crixus, you're up on 16.
Whew.
Did I lose you, Mike?
She did. Sorry. I'm going to cast Earthbind on it. So there you go.
Blam! Earthbind. What's it look like, Crixus?
I would say that there are like I would be my color has been turquoise. Is that correct? Turquoise
Yeah, you've done a lot of
strips
turquoise.
of magical energy that try to. Oh, come on, man! I just can't.
They just like lash out, like wrapping around it, and I think we
Dissipate.
see it.
that
Yeah, it starts like getting pulled, and its wings like lash out. The like turquoise energy like tearing around it and like bursting into these motes. That's your action, Crixus. You get movement and a bonus action.
I'm gonna do a mass healing word on the crew, which
Nice.
so that's gonna be like I don't know how many people I could affect with that, but
I don't either. You tell me.
everybody
I think
gets
it's up to
everybody gets
6.
6. Everybody gets 6 hit points back.
Sick.
Yes, sir.
So Crixus like calls out to his father, this like wave of like energy rolling back over you. You get 6 hit points back. That's your action. Bonus action. You have some movement.
Yeah, I move back.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that, Ulrich, you're up on 14.
Ulrich comes around the creature in hopes of giving his brother some flanking advantage. As he rolls around the creature, he winds up like a baseball bat with the maul and swings one.
Ooh.
14.
14 is going to be a miss.
All right.
Sorry.
Comes around again, swinging over the top.
22 hits. Boom! The first like swing misses because it's still kind of flying and in motion, and I think it like tucks up its back legs. One of the heads like wheeling back as you then like bring it in this overhand chop, smashing down into it for 11 points of damage.
I'm gonna burn an action surge.
Oh my god!
I am gonna swing at this thing again, coming around again with the maul.
20.
Oh.
I'll take it. A wyvern just died, by the way. So
yeah,
that was
really,
double 20s.
That's
Oh my god.
23 points of damage. I think you smash down into like its rump with the first hit, and then like wheel around in this arc, blasting it in the hip, and you hear like bones shatter as you like hammer into it. Got it.
Final
One
attack.
more.
Again with the maul.
That fucked it up. Yeah, that hits. For another 10 points of bludgeoning damage. Do those get re-rolled? Do you have Great Weapon Master?
I'm looking.
I thought he does. I thought he did.
Champion. Crits on 19 to 20.
It's
Your fighting style.
Fighting style, yeah.
I know it's been a minute.
I thought you had that.
Dueling.
Nope. Okay. That's correct. Yeah. You're set up for the one-handed weapons. Okay. You like blast it in the hip for another 10. Yeah, that was effective. That's your action. There's an action surge. You get a bonus action.
I am going to second wind.
Second wind, baby. 1d10 plus 7. You guys are 7th level. That's incredible.
Yeah, that'd
isn't
be
it?
crazy. And when I was like doing my arcane recovery, I was like, oh, right.
Damn.
Yeah, you get real spells back
actually.
now. 16 hit points back, Ulrich.
That's good.
And that will bring us to Eerie Vandrin on 11.
Yuri will point her staff at this thing and cast Witch Bolt. Second level.
Bolt.
24.
24. The witch bolt snaps out of the end of your staff, arcing to this thing.
Yeah,
Wow,
and I think
13
it's
points
radiant.
of damage.
I think it's radiant damage too.
Okay, you got it. This like white hot like radiant light just like burning it, and I think we hear it like the like lion like kind of roars at you. Eerie, that's your action. You got movement and a bonus action.
I think Eerie will take like a couple steps back.
Okay, I think that Lothar like goes and he's just like he like whips his head up as this arcing beam of holy light is like firing over him into this thing, and he's like, she's getting better at that. And I think that he like dives to the ground, rolling and like coming up like crouched with his spear, like and he like jabs up with his little spear with two hands. 23 hits, and again 19 hits.
Nice.
He punches into it for 9 and then like yanks it out like whoo, in this like arcing blow, and that's 16 points of damage. And I think that he's like screaming at this point. He's like, I'm Lothar Grub and I'm not dying in this mountain, you stupid son of a. That brings us into Angus's turn on 8.
Whoa.
Amazing.
That is awesome.
It's great.
The fact that Ulrich went into flanking and Angus realizes that Ulrich like is expecting him to attack, he changes his plan, takes out his sword, and
Saward.
his S word, and attacks.
The short sword of quickness from Nallis to Smith.
Those are quick rolls. I like that.
Yeah, no joke. That's
that's
a bunch of attacks, but yeah,
only the first 3 count.
yeah, they all hit.
Whoa.
I didn't even think I clicked.
Dang, crew.
Oh my god, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, Angus explodes in this like flurry of motion.
Whoa, yeah, I did.
I'll be right back. My cat just caught a tremendous moth.
Oh. Oh no.
Dang, dude.
Dang. Look at us go. We're doing it.
24.
Hell yeah.
It's about to
Wow.
die.
You guys are brutes. That is 24 points of
Wow.
damage. Yeah, sick, Angus, sick.
You didn't even need it. You didn't even need it. The flank. Nice.
He
Valor
will
bards.
use his bardic inspiration on Halric, and it's basically be like, brother, now's your chance to. No, sorry. So, brother, now is your chance to make your way into the Tales of Heroes, and not that you weren't there, but just to cement it even further, don't you know?
Whenever you do that voice, I feel like we should be discussing curds or something. You know what I mean? Like,
So good.
So you are bardically inspired, and what do you require for a drink a potion, Rich?
Bonus action.
Okay, well, can't do that now. I'm done.
Burn that.
Remind me,
okay,
Kurt,
the
is that a
eagle
D8?
goes.
It is a D8, yes.
thanks, sir.
For pretty much any. If you want to do it, and it's related to combat, including saving throws, it's yours.
Cool.
I gave you the yellow dot as a reminder, John.
Thank you.
The eagle goes and it like screeches as it flies over you. And I think Eerie and Crixus in the back, you see like blood dripping from it. It's clearly pretty badly hurt. And it lands like heavily up here on this ridge near where the nest is, like wheeling back and kind of like turning this defensive posture. It's like wings out, clearly just looking to like protect the nest. And then the chimera goes. I think that it's not loving life.
I think it flees.
You would think that. Halrith, you were the worst.
Self-destruct.
You were the worst of it. And so I think it like wheels on you. It's like claws like land. The back right leg like tucked up underneath it as it seems pretty hurt, but it lands lightly. The like lion claws digging into the edge of the stone, this grinding sound, and then it lashes out at you.
This is a Ralph
So the
Macchio
dragon,
moment on one
yeah,
foot.
the dragon head goes to bite you. The ram's head goes to ram you. 12 is a miss. And then, like, the lion paw, like, lashes out for your head. 16, that's a miss, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the dragon, like, jaws close on your shoulder for 12 points of piercing damage. And with that, it, like, launches itself down low off the bridge. It's flying down, so you guys can take opportunity attacks at it.
Damn straight.
If you want.
Yeah, I want.
Yep.
And Lothar's like, yeah, you better run, you three-headed son of a... That's a miss.
Flanking? Oh, wait, yeah.
No flanking on the opportunity attack as it runs. Because it's like moving out of that space, right? Yeah.
Does a 15 hit?
15 does hit, that's a SAC.
Whoa.
8 piercing?
It just won't show us your dice, John. 21. Sick. You stab it once with the short sword as it goes.
I'm going to add a
and
D8 to that.
Oh, sick. Roll.
Ooh.
Hulrick. That's 21 points of damage. Hulrick, as it like crouches down and leaps, you see Angus like stab it with the short sword, like this blur of motion on the other side. And the Chimera like winces away from him, leaning into you. And I think you just bring the maul over your head, like, and smash it down clean in the middle of its back. We hear like its spine shatter, vertebrae exploding. And the whole like form of it kind of like launches, lurching off of the edge of the bridge, where it just like falls in this sickening like wet crash at the bottom of the ravine. Its wings like twisted underneath it. I think that like the dragon head is like glaring back up at you, like fire belches out of it. The ram's head like twisted, one horn like sheared completely off, and like the lion lets out this last gasp as its body just like slumps motionless.
Dang. Wow.
I look over the edge and just go, I think we can eat lion and ram, can't we? Probably have no real food.
Go.
We're definitely eating that now that I know he can season it.
We're definitely eating that.
Well, look up the eagle. Is it done? Like, is that thing done? It's not coming at us?
It's like crouched in front of the nest in this like defensive posture, but like its eyes are trained on the Chimera. Like as you look up at it, it turns looking back at you, and I think it does the thing, right? It's like head tilts, this like black eye, like just like kind of looking at you.
Angus goes.
You thumbs up the eagle.
Thumbs up to the eagle.
Eerie, what are you doing in this moment?
I guess if Eerie sees Angus do it, she'll.
She double thumbs
Can
up
anybody
the
speak
eagle.
to animals?
Crixus, what are you doing in this moment?
I'm gonna try to approach the eagle.
Okay, you take a few steps forward towards it.
And
Yep.
Angus is going to heal himself.
Okay, and Lothar is just like, oh shit, is he gonna try to? And so Crixus, what do you do? Is you like step forward? Do you say anything?
Do I say anything? It can understand me.
I don't know. I'm
Well,
asking what you're doing.
I say, I'm just going to heal you. That's what I'm trying to do, Mrs. Eagle.
And
Just trying to
The
heal
eagle like turns the other way, like back, like even sideways, and then I think it's just like, and I think you hear this like, are you the ones the dragon is chasing?
Do we all hear this or just Crixus?
All of you hear it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that with that is where we will
Awesome.
leave
Heal her.
our adventurers tonight.
Crazy.
Wow, guys. We took down a Chimera in one round of combat.
Oh yeah, you pub
That
stomped
was
that Chimera.
ridiculous. That was
Ulrich
ridiculous.
rolled amazing.
Yeah, we all rolled
You
really
pub
well.
stomped it. That was like an obliteration. That was barely even
much was that?
combat.
I was down to 8 hit.
Like
Crixus
115
healed
hit
us.
points.
Wow.
I was expecting to die.
As a crappy armor class, it has a lot of like good offense, right? But not a great armor class. But it does have a pile of hit points. Like you guys shoot through that very fast. I didn't expect this to be like a nightmare drag out
No,
fight,
but
like I thought we'd get another round.
yeah.
We haven't rested since the be here.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
like, I don't have my 4th level spell anymore.
Yeah, I was
Believe
gonna
me,
say,
I know.
like,
That's-
I didn't want to use anything because when is the next time we're gonna get a long rest? Never. We're gonna die
there
before
was
we get a long
plenty.
rest.
I guess so. Yeah, you guys were jammed
November.
because of the 24 hours. You couldn't long rest yet, but soon you probably can again. So
Yeah, but, you know.
anyway. Well, so yeah, this is where we will leave the Titans' Heirs tonight, with the
Nice.
broken body of the Chimera in the ravine beneath you, with Rupel Rumble making his way to find your lost dwarves. A dragon circling somewhere in the sky as the sun rises. And Crixus about to lay hands on the talking eagle to heal it with the magic of Ruldo the Mirthful. Was that fun? Was this a good session, you guys?
great.
I love hearing you guys talk.
Yeah.
Man, it's getting like serious. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting like all stressed out.
I know it can be, so like there's this constant like ebb and flow where like I want you guys to feel like you have like direction and you know what you're supposed to be doing. And I don't want you to feel like you're just spinning like aimlessly for hours. But we have a short show, right? We only go 2 hours, and to hear you guys sit and talk for like an hour and a half, I love it. Like I love like you guys being in character, going through it. Like we're getting insight, right? And then there's now like a real meaningful difference of ideas about what to do, what's next, what's important. I loved it. I really enjoyed tonight.
Yeah, I did too. Also, Erie did spend those 6 hours studying, and she did study.
Copy over.
Yes, she did copy tongues.
Oh, dope.
Nice.
Yeah, for those who like may not remember, way back in the beginning, take this with you when you go. Erie's mentor shoved a spell book in her hand, written by the Metallurgist Guild. It was sort of her mentor's first learning spell book. So she's got this stack of spells that she's been copying over slowly in the weeks since they have fled into the mountains, and to find time to do that is tough, right? So she's carrying like her spell components or the components for like the copying, the scribing, but that's kind of how she's wizarding alone in the mountains. It's a hard life for a wizard.
It's a hard life for a wizard.
That was cool, you guys. I'll tell you what, I'm super hyped for next week. Mike, I hope you enjoyed talking to Papa Ruldo. Yeah.
Very cool session, man. Very cool session.
Cool. I really enjoyed it. We'll see what happens next time on Titans Heirs. We're back next week. We got all 4 of us. That's going to be exciting. 9 p.m. We will be back. What's up with everybody? Mike, John, Kurt, you guys got anything you want to talk about or promote or hype up or focus attention on?
This is actually a grueling week for me. I have been off from work for the last 18 days, and I have to go back to work this week.
Well, everybody F's in the chat for John. We like pay respects. He's like, his vacation is dead, and back to the grind.
Yeah, the real world.
Taylor, you got stuff that you'd like to promote. First of all, once more, let's bookend it. Congratulations on your new job. We're all really proud of you, and it's awesome. Yeah. It's like going to be a great new chapter. Now you could talk about other things.
Yes. So with that, hopefully next week, or I will be back with Dragon Age Origins. We will continue that. But keep an eye on my Twitter, Rania422. That's where everything will be updated. And check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/Rania422. Some videos are still up there, and the rest are on my YouTube channel, which is also linked on those things. So, yeah.
Dope. Very cool. Rania422. Check it out. Twitch TV. Go follow Taylor. I am DM Philly. I'm Rich Filiberto. You guys know me. I'll be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Dragonfly D&D in space. The crew of the Dragonfly has picked up an old kobold sort of curiosity collector and changed his name to Old Ben. Everybody loves him. Universally, even the guys shaking their heads in this call right now. He's great.
He's amazing.
If you've been missing out on that, you should come check that show out tomorrow night. We're going to have a really good time. We have a fun session. There's a climax. The crew has promised their assistance to the Tritons of the water world, Cerelia, who a century ago were overrun by a Sahagwin army that have cut them off from their portal to the elemental plane of water. And so now they have retrieved the apparatus of the apparatus of Hux, a famous magic item, which they're bringing to the ship, and they're going to take it submarining under the ocean. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Gnome submarines for the win. Anyway, this was a fun session, you guys. Thank you all again, everybody who stopped by in the chat. Thank you for playing D&D with me and inspiring me to make something of my life. With that, we'll say goodbye. Bye.
Night, everybody.